Welcome to day 209 of our DeSo journey, sponsored by CloutFeed. We're still using CloutFeed, Murkury. We have a special guest, Murkury, today. Do you use CloutFeed, Murkury?
I use it to make longer posts. So when I don't want a character limit, then that's definitely my go-to for sure. Oh, and
Yeah.
editing posts as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
editing. Yeah, editing. Yeah. I used it for editing the first time the other day because we messed up and we didn't feel like the post already had like 5 likes. So didn't want to delete it. So we used that to edit it. But
You
yeah,
gotta watch out though. You gotta watch out though, because if you try to edit a video, the video will disappear.
really, that's good
Yeah,
to
yeah,
know. And
exactly.
CloutFeed, if you're
Cloudfeed, you hear
listening,
that? We're ball. Maybe you should check that out.
Murkury discovered a bug. So we're here with Murkury today. He's well known on DeSo. He's well known in the community on Clubhouse. He is a DJ, but he's also an avid NFT flipper, buyer, seller, creator. And we'll get
Collector.
into that a little bit more after we talk about some of the news today. Yesterday, DeSo fell. The price fell to, I think it was down to about $72 or so. It's bounced back. It's trading at around $80 right now. But we're kind of in a lull after the big announcement, the referral thing, the whole Diamond app being released. So I think the price is kind of taking a fall. We'll see where
Yeah.
it levels off.
Yeah, I think we're kind of seeing the whole buy the rumor, sell the news type thing where everybody was hyped up about referrals and the new node coming and the new UI coming and the price pumped up. And then as soon as it drops, everybody rushes and sells. And I mean, that's normal in the stock market and the crypto world. So I wouldn't be too concerned about it. There's so much more coming in the future that I'm excited. Don't get too down about it. And like we said in a post, if you are really excited about earning DeSo when it was at 150, then you should be doubly excited earning it when it's at 75 or 80 because you're getting twice as much.
Do you follow the
Exactly.
price much, Murkury?
So what I choose to look at primarily everything in the price of DeSo. And especially if you use BitClout Plus Chrome extension, like it'll show you your coin price as it is in DeSo. So I've been sort of going around like 5.75 to 6 DeSo. So that sort of tells me like regardless of the price movements, that's how much DeSo it will be to buy my coin. Also with other creator coins in my wallet, I prefer to look at the price in DeSo and whatnot. It just kind of helps me like get a hold of how much I'm gaining or losing, like without the variable of all the price, movements of DeSo. So
Yeah, that's a really good point. Like you got to like normalize it towards DeSo because if DeSo drops 50% and a creator coin you own drops only 30% in USD, then you actually made money. But a lot of people are, I think, looking at the US dollar value and thinking, hey, I lost money, or they're selling a coin because the DeSo price went up and they think, oh, I just made a bunch on this creator coin, but really they could have lost in terms of DeSo. So that's a really good point.
yeah.
Yeah, and
So,
hey, NFTs become cheaper when DeSo falls.
mm-hmm. True that.
Well,
True that.
if you're pricing it in US dollars, but if you're pricing in DeSo, they don't, right?
Right. Everyone will let you know too that, oh, it's cheaper. It's cheaper now.
Yeah.
Cheaper.
But in other news, Time discovered that Lazy Nina is working on a feature for users to be able to delete their personal details. And personal details, I think what it means is just email and phone number. So when you sign up, you provide an email and phone number. They're giving users the ability to remove that from the blockchain, essentially. And so I mean that's really the big news. There really wasn't any news, but NFTz has some news, and we've actually added the ability to burn and transfer NFTs from NFTz.zone. You just had to go to one of the NFTs that you own, and you'll see a link on the page for that NFT that says burn/transfer. You click on it, it's going to allow you to burn or transfer it. So we're excited about that. We have some more features releasing soon that are essentially going to give you a notification when you have a NFT transferred to you, and you're going to be able to accept it directly from the page. So in the next few days or weeks, we're going to have a lot of features rolling out. And Murkury, let's get to you. I know you've talked about this a lot in Clubhouse rooms, the idea that we really need a way for artists to split revenue when an NFT sells. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. And thank you for bringing that up just at the beginning, because I feel like it is such a crucial point. When I came onto this platform and learned that NFTs would be, implemented and the creator coin could be used sort of within those lines, like almost the first thing that I thought of was, okay, great, we can sort of split payments of royalties on the initial sale, and most importantly on all secondary sales to multiple wallets. This will enable things like automating payments to charities. And let's say that myself as a musician collaborates with a visual artist like Lane Digital Art. We have a couple collabs, but if we were to go ahead and mint those right now, one of us would have to be manually paying out the other and trying to do the math on secondary sales for life. It just really sort of convolutes the thing. And we need a trustless way to be able to collaborate with each other. And I think the creator coin opens this up and makes it somewhat easy. Of course, I'm not like a coder or anything like that, but sort of in my mind, it makes sense where you have these options already where you can send royalty to your coin holders or to your wallet. Well, that creator split, I think, needs to have an option to include multiple wallets in that to divert the creator royalty. And then also, like, the initial sale needs to be covered by that as well. So there needs to be some functionality there. And I think that is one of the major keys to open up the true potential of this platform. Like, without that, we're going to be staying in our own lane and whatnot. But if we can make this happen, especially before mass adoption, then everyone will be collaborating with each other, and there will be a lot more sharing of resources and people coming together. And this is the way where I think community can be built extremely strongly. And there needs to also be, well, I don't know about need, but I think it would be good to have an option for, let's say that you get received like a royalty split percentage offer. If it's from an account that you don't trust, like, why is this person trying to give me a split? There should be a way where both parties need to agree to it, in my opinion. That would be sort of a helpful function as well. But just that alone, to be able to say, hey, I get this amount to my wallet, you get this amount to your wallet. We don't have to worry about it into the future. I've been very much looking forward to them rolling that out. I know they've said in comments that it is, on their to-do list. I made a sip about it, and on GitHub, it was the first time I've ever been on GitHub, and made a profile and wrote that out, and I believe it was acknowledged by Diamond Hands at the time. So I would love to see that made a priority at this point, because I feel like we're ready for that. There's people who are already jumping the gun and collaborating, and this would make it a lot easier. And just we should be able to automate the process through Creator Coin.
Yeah, I totally second that. We actually worked with an artist, Michael Mansueto, on the BitClout Kids, and you've got we were sharing. We've known this guy since we were in high school, so we're like really good friends, and he trusts us. But if we didn't have that level of trust, then yeah, I mean, we could have screwed him over. And even further than that, you get these secondary sales, and the secondary sales, you have it come in your account, but it's hard to track. Yep. Like, especially I can imagine if you have like dozens of secondary sales a week, it's hard to track. Yeah. So it would be so awesome just have it immediately sent to 2 accounts or 3 accounts or 4, whoever you're collaborating with. That would be amazing.
And I feel like it would just take this platform to the next level as far as like what separates or makes DeSo more unique than say any other NFT marketplace. Like,
yeah, like I don't think that's an option on any other marketplace. I might be wrong, but I don't think there's an option for that. And
there might be, I've heard maybe on Foundation or something like
maybe.
that.
Yeah, see, I haven't heard of it.
Still.
But you would think that you could just simply, in the minting process, it would give you a dialogue or a little box and it says percent of commissions or percent of commissions and royalty or sale, whatever, however you want to use the terminology, goes to, and you just fill in a username and the percentage. You would think it wouldn't be that hard. I don't know, maybe it has something to do with private keys and, maybe there's an issue with that. I know there are issues with the unlockable content, how you re-enter that after you, so maybe it has something to do with that with the keys. I'm not technical. I'm like you. I'm not very technical when it comes to that stuff. But even with Natterheads, it's me, Brian, and the Van Halen brothers, three brothers. It would be great if we could set the exact percentages because like the artist is getting the most, and so it would be nice if you could set it for as many people as you want.
Yeah, exactly. You said it. There's so many use cases for it. I would love to see how people take it and run with it as far as charity, because people are doing a lot for charities like Saving the Survivors and having to send out payments and offering 30%. Well, if people could see that it's just handled automatically,
right,
it would also help people who, let's say they're finding a new project and they see a charity work that they really want to support. How do they know that it's really going to that charity? Well, this way they don't even have to consider that. It's just written into it.
And it might also encourage more charities, like bigger charities, to come on to DeSo because they know there's a stream of money that could be moved into their wallets.
Yeah.
I actually remember before DeSo came along, we were involved with NFTs. We were buying and selling. We had a news blog site about them, and one of the most sought after features for NFTs was the ability to share a portion with a charity automatically. And nobody could think of how we could best do that. It would have taken a lot, especially building on the Ethereum blockchain and all that. But I mean, I think DeSo is a perfect way to kind of segue into that.
Yeah. Oh, Natter, if you're listening, please make this happen. And just think of how cool it will sound on like Yahoo News or whatever, just to be able to give that pitch that comes along with anybody can collaborate with anybody and fairly share profits. Like that right there would help with onboarding, I think, as well, at a massive degree. So
well, and with the media, anything related to like the charity portion of it, I think that would be great. I think people would be excited to hear about that as well.
Yeah.
So what else are you working on? I know you have been onboarding people. I think you said you onboarded like 30 people recently. You made a really long post about how like tips for new users, and it was an incredible post. I think it was ranked #1 in the hot feed for several hours last night.
Yeah, of course. I didn't expect any of that. I had, we have all these referral links, and I had some of my side accounts, and some of my other homies here had some. So we kind of put those together, and I did a little Facebook blitzkrieg and just went to town, sending out invites and sort of guiding people through the process, and was able to help about 30 people, maybe a few more from my Facebook and Instagram networks over the last 24 hours join and claim their $100 referrals. And then I thought, these people are all hitting me up individually. Okay, now what do I do? How do I do this? How do I do that? I was like, I'm just going to direct them to one post that I made on DeSo. And so I just wrote it for them. And I guess, yeah, it's, helping some other people. That's awesome. And I'm definitely going to be doing more posts similar to that, where kind of dive into maybe some more strategies, some more tools that people can do. Basically, just sort of amplifying what y'all do really as well. It's just taking information that's out there, compiling it in an easy to understand format and sharing it with the people who need it. Extremely powerful, especially at this point in the platform where there's like the tutorial is, you know, where that falls flat, it gives other people an opportunity to sort of guide them to the promised land or whatever.
So what was like the most common question or most common issue these 30 people had when signing up?
There was a lot of sort of, let's see, some people on mobile had more difficulty with the KYC process than desktop. But the biggest question was people not understanding founder reward. And I had to scream at everybody that once you get to that step in the tutorial, it says something about, okay, now that you've bought your own coin, which you at that point you get like 80 cents of it or whatever, are you ready to you know, take on investors? And then it asks you, and the button on the right that's looks attractive to press, right? It's like the blue button and everything. It's looking all sexy there, just chilling. And it says like, yes, go for it. Drop my founder's reward to 10%. The other one is gray and it says, no, thanks. And that makes it so that you keep your founder's reward at 100%. So I've been directing everybody to just click no thanks at that time. And there's a little bit of confusion. Well, why would they, you know, have it as there? And, you know, so there's a little bit of a, you know, lack of understanding of the functionality of the founder's reward, why they would want you to drop it immediately, and sort of the strategy behind doing that. But yeah, you know, I think that's if you just sort of tell people, hey, write down your seed phrase, click no thanks when you see that part of the tutorial, and then hit me up on DeSo.
Yeah.
Once you've joined, that's worked for me, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like come back to this later after you have more time to figure it out, speak to me, and then deal with that, you know, because it's not important that people buy your coin immediately.
Yeah. Hit me up so you can give me the best opportunity to buy your.
Yeah. Right. Well, why not? I mean, you onboarded them, you deserve it.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely will be. And I'm very much looking forward to introducing a lot of these artists and musicians on Clubhouse and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, I think a lot of people are curious about NFT strategies and how do I price an NFT if I want to sell it on the secondary, you know, all of these sort of intricacies.
You're like the pro at that, aren't you?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I've been very lucky to come across some of, you know, some rare NFTs. I made that one ape or Clout Punk G series was like the #1 ape for 200 DeSo, and was able to use that to really just go ham and buy as many other high value NFTs as possible. My strategy is to think of the price of DeSo at $1,000 when I'm like considering whether or not I want to buy this particular NFT. Is it worth a whole DeSo? Is it worth $1,000? Does it have room to grow after that? Because, you know, if it's a long-term hold for you, that may be the price when you end up selling it. So if that NFT you don't think is going to be worth $23,000, then 23 DeSo is too much for it. But
that's really good advice. And like the same thing goes through my head, is that I don't know if it's going to happen, but I expect DeSo in 5 years to be well over $1,000. So I think to myself, would I rather have one DeSo, or would I rather have this NFT in 5 years? Will this NFT be worth that much? And will, like, you got to figure out, will the NFT's value go up faster, or will the price of DeSo go up faster? And it's really like, it kind of messes you up in your head, because you're like, oh man, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, some of them, they aren't going to be worth that much, but in that, you know, in the long term, but right now they are, so you can take advantage of the hype cycles. but yeah, I think it's going to be really interesting to see which projects, are able to stay consistent, stay true to what they originally set out to do, and and just keep going and complete their roadmap, because there's a lot of very, very exciting projects right now, but everything is almost is speculation at this point.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, thanks. I think we covered everything. I think, you gave us a lot of insight. I love your idea about the NFT artist split. I think that's definitely something that's needed. Hopefully Natter's watching this video. And I think that's all we have today. Natterheads. We had to mention that. Natterheads today at 1 p.m. Eastern time. We are opening a Clubhouse room. We're going to mint at least 20 of the 100 Genesis series Natterheads, probably more. We'll see how it goes. The first one's going to be auction style, and it's going to last 10 minutes. We're probably going to mint that around 120 or so, and it's going to run until 130. And then all the others after that will be minted first bid at 0.75 DeSo. So we'll see how it goes.
I just want to add also, we're giving away $500 in prizes to those in the Clubhouse room. We'll have more details when you join Clubhouse. So come into the Clubhouse room. We'll post a link about it later on this morning. And we look forward to seeing you there.
You guys are legends. This has been so awesome just to hang out with y'all, and have a little chat. Thank you guys so much for bringing me on, for real.
Yeah, like we always talked on Clubhouse, but I never saw you face to face. I never even knew what you looked like, so now I know.
I'm like knockoff Pete Davidson over here. But yeah,
I can see that.
It's crazy how much I get that. You look good. Yeah, that freaking dude. But yeah, I guess I should maybe plug my music. Can I?
Go for it.
Yeah, if you guys are interested in hearing what kind of music I make, you can go search on SoundCloud or anywhere really, just Murkury, Murkury. I tour all over the country, and if you own one or more Murkury coin, then that gives you a lifetime guest pass to any Murkury show. I'll put you on the guest list in advance. And I actually just had somebody buy a coin over the night. The Altcoin USA dude.
Yeah.
Big ups to him. Also, I've only minted one NFT here so far. It's the Paradigm Shift NFT, which I took a picture of the BitClout logo, and I converted it into a wavetable and used that to make all of the synths in the track. It comes with 15% streaming royalties. So as long as you hold the NFT, you'll get 15% of all the streaming royalties from all the platforms I have it on.
I love that idea. That's such a good use case.
Yeah, I thought so too, right? And I'm gonna make it into a limited series. So I'm gonna take the DeSo logo, do the same thing with it. Eventually, that first one took me a month, literally like every day for a month to make. So it's gonna be.
Yeah, I was actually at your SoundCloud, and your last album has the BitClout logo on it. Exactly. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I like it because it kind of just it puts the image in people's minds, and they don't really know what it is, but then maybe later they'll come on and be like, oh, okay, make that connection.
Yeah.
And they'll already have the connection of this is dope because they listen to something.
They listen to the music. Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, I'm looking forward to doing more music NFTs on the platform and experimenting in that way. This is the Wild Wild West. I'm just so grateful to be here. And I can't believe that I joined a day before y'all. Can y'all believe that?
Wow.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. You have so many awesome ideas, and I love how you're using the utility NFTs in a unique way. So way to go. And I think Natter would be proud of you.
Oh, well, one of these days I'm going to make him a dubstep fan, whether he likes it or not. Go to LA, force him to come to one of my shows.
Right.
Are you having any shows down in Florida anytime soon?
So I've got a few promoters who I'm talking to, who are wanting to bring out this tour. that I'm doing. Me and some of my homies, Pathway, who's also on the platform, Pathwey, we're co-headlining. We just did the Black Box in Denver. It came close to selling that out, which I can't believe.
Nice.
Yeah, we're taking it on the road, so we should have some more information on that soon. But they are trying to get me out to the BitClout chat meetup in Tampa
Oh, cool.
in the beginning
Nice.
of November. So now that I'm for sure not booked on those dates, I'm gonna try and get out there for that and hang out with everybody, if possible. But yeah, I definitely need to get down to Florida, kick it with y'all, and
Yeah, for sure.
have some fun.
All right. Well, thanks again, Murkury, and I'm sure we'll have you on again sometime. Talk
Yeah,
to you later. Talk to
been
everybody
great.
else tomorrow.
Much love.